remember feeling in my bones that I had to do it, that it was so important for me. It felt like a crucible, like a rite of passage, so to speak. I remember growing up, my dad was a New Yorker, and I would catching a train down into Harlem and just being blown away by the culture and the music and the street vendors and just the sound, feel, vibe, the experience of Harlem, and also being very cognizant of its history. And it was something that, as a very young person growing up and being from California and picking up on how culturally different Harlem was, and it kind of being the Mecca of black culture. And as Harlem changes, as New York changes, it's something that this show made me very aware of that I missed. I was really excited about the phone call and the offer, and loved what was on the page, and was all for it. But just being approached about playing the villain at this point in my career, I got really excited because of the runway and the space that the villain has. I loved his hunger and zest and desire for power and strength. I connected to his ambition, and not that I'm like that, but it's funny, like you learn so much from your characters. You get to work certain things out, places that you would never be willing to go. You get to vicariously experience these things in a really safe way, creatively through these characters. And so seeing that on the page, I understood what he was doing and what he was going for and how he kind of saw himself. And I was looking forward to working to breathe life into that. And but it's been great to see people responding so positively about the show. I feel like that people are looking at this piece as being significant and something that is a bit of a game changer, something that is socially relevant and has a capacity to really impact entertainment, you know, because there's real elements in there that touch on other things that are socially important, but I think it has a real potential to really leave a lasting impact. And so it's great to be able to begin to really develop a relationship with an audience, and people become more familiar with you and root for you and want to see you in other projects, as well as directors and producers. So that's the place that I've wanted to be for 20 years, you know, and working 15, 16 years professionally. And so I just feel really blessed to be in this moment where I'm getting to do more of what I really want to do deep down. And now I feel like it's the time when maybe I've hit that 10,000 hour mark, as Malcolm Gladwell talks about, or that tipping point. But I feel like those seeds have finally started to sprout, and that they're coming into fruition. I think it's just important that the camera is being pointed on people who haven't seen their story told, you know. And not told in this way. And then also you add to that being in the superhero genre, you just feel included. You feel like you have a seat at the table, and that's always so important. And usually the people who are not in the story or not enfranchised or don't have the power to say that, hey, we want to be a part of this too, you know. And so now that the story is in some way highlighting African-American people and people of color, then an offshoot of that is like you have to get into the nuances of the culture. It's important for people to see that people of color have the same capacity for the human experience, that they have just as much humanity as other people do. And that's important for people who live in those neighborhoods and for people who live outside of it, because therefore in some way it kind of raises the bar and it makes it where everyone is equal.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.